Hello again, everyone. Chris Matthew with Forbidden Knowledge News. Before I bring on today's presenter, I have some amazing news for you guys. There are no longer any enforceable requirements for mask wearing in Nevada. It's officially over. Technically, the lowering of the requirement is only for vaccinated people, but because no one can even ask to see a vaccination card, everyone will be taken at their word. This event just got even better. I hope to see all of you there at this mask-free, amazing event. Hello again, everyone. Chris Matthew with Forbidden Knowledge News. Today I have with us Dr. Raul Valverde. He is a professor, senior lecturer, engineer, ordained spiritual science minister, naturopath, and founder of the Institute of Consciousness and Transpersonal Psychology. Dr. Valverde, welcome. How are you doing?
Very good. How are you?
I'm very good. I'm looking forward to meeting you in Laughlin and hearing your presentation. It's going to be such a great one. Alien Encounters in Latin America and the Quantum Consciousness Model. Now, this presentation, it sounds like two different subjects, but is this going to be one presentation together?
Yes, actually, they're quite linked together. I mean, the idea is to disclose to the presenters how these alien encounters are there to disclose how consciousness works. And I'm trying to link these to recent discoveries in quantum mechanics and consciousness. So the idea is to unify these two sources of knowledge to understand really what these encounters are all about. I have interviewed and contact several people in Latin America, and I have encountered a lot of similarities among the information that these people have disclosed to me. And during the presentation, I will try to link these discoveries with recent developments in quantum mechanics and consciousness.
Now, that's very cool. Now, have you ever had any personal UFO sightings or encounters?
Yes, I have. During my research, I was able to face different encounters with UFOs myself. These contactees have been able to call these UFOs in my presence, and I was able to see them and capture them as a way to validate that these contacts were real. So I was very excited about it. I mean, I also myself during the last couple of years have been able to encounter them during meditations, during different contacts and different occasions.
Now, recently in the past few years, I've been talking about how much the nuts and bolts researchers should come together with some of the more consciousness-based researchers. And I think that we could get a lot more information out. Now, how long have you been looking at the consciousness aspect of the UFO phenomenon?
For quite a bit. I mean, it has been at least 7 years. First, I was very interested in consciousness myself. I was very interested in transpersonal psychology, quantum mechanics, and then eventually I was able to understand that a lot of these contacts that were reported in Latin America had to do with the same thing. So that got my attention, and as somebody who's very curious about this, decided to travel. So I was able to locate a few people that I consider credible in terms of what they have to say and information they disclose. So I was able to actually interview them and gather information that not only helped me to validate the information that I already have, but also to add to what I already have. So I was able to include more components to these consciousness models to disclose a much more detailed, model about how consciousness works and how it interacts with the universe. This also has the intention to unify science and religion. Somebody that has studied religions quite a lot, I was always puzzled about the possibility to unify, what we consider religion and science. And I found in the quantum consciousness paradigm a way to do this, a way to unify, concepts of God, concepts of soul, concepts that have been brought over the last centuries in different religions with what we know and science. So my objective is to put some light into this puzzle about what consciousness is. It's quite a complex subject. What I believe these contacts have to do a lot with evolution. A lot of these different people that have talked to me, they seem to be a bit about spiritual, prophets, people that somehow contact these high level beings, that they gather information and they disclose it to everyone who wants to hear about it. So that has been I'll say my quest. How can I somehow unify this information with what we have right now, what we know about consciousness. So to give credibility to the contacts, and at the same time, I also want to put a little bit of clarity about what these contacts are all about. My experience that is a lot of these contacts had to do with evolution aspects. To help us to understand better how the universe works, how we integrate with the universe, and to help us in our evolution plan.
Now, what do you think is happening recently, especially in the United States, with the mainstream UFO discussion? We've heard a lot from our mainstream media, the Pentagon releases. They just had the 60-minute special the other day talking about the UAPs. Do you think that there's a specific reason why they're kind of ramping up this disclosure?
Yes. I mean, we are definitely going through times of change. There is obviously a lot of effort by different people to start making them more aware about these things, so people understand that we are part of a great family in the universe. We are not just here as by ourselves. We are part of a great reality, and understand that the universe is multidimensional. A lot of things we cannot perceive with our senses, but they come here to tell us, listen, you are much more than you think you are. And I think all these efforts that you're talking about are basically eye openers for people to start, looking into these things and eventually grasp this concept, little by little, because it's a lot to absorb. I mean, as somebody that has been doing this for a while, it's overwhelming, the amount of information that you're getting. And I think during these times we need to take a little, effort to start understanding these great realities.
Very well said, and I would agree. And it's going to be great to have all these researchers come together in Laughlin and to be able to meet with all of you and hear all these amazing presentations. Now, between now and then, for people that would like to find out a little bit more about yourself and the research you've done, is there any websites or social media or anything
Well,
like that?
I most of my work is published in in journals. I publish in the Scientific God Journal. It is a journal that makes an effort to unify science and religion. So anybody can just put, a Scientific God Journal and my name. You will find lots of information there. I also publish in the Journal of Neuroquantology. That is a journal that tries to unify, quantum mechanics and neuroscience as well. Those are my two favorite, journals to publish this kind of research. Obviously, I do a lot of research in different areas, but my main two, journals for this type of research is concentrated in these two journals. I try to go into peer review journals to give a bit of validity to my work. People that work in this area can also peer review my work so they can understand that this is real. So I try to do that and avoid self-publishing or non peer review publications. So that's why you can find me easily just by googling my name and putting these two journals there.
All right. Well, that sounds great. And
Mhm.
Dr. Valverde, thank you for coming by today. And I look forward to meeting you in Laughlin and hearing your presentation, and of course, meeting all of you. So we will see you all
Perfect.
there.
Thank you very much.
This year's Laughlin UFO Mega Conference is going to be the biggest, most extraordinary ever. It's going to feature over 36 scientists, researchers, and contactees presenting incredible new disclosures over 7 days. You can now register for the full week, for half a week, or even by the day or session. During this incredible week, not only will there be over 35 amazing presentations, which, by the way, will only be one at a time, so you don't have to miss anything. You're going to get an amazing skywatch, meet and greets, exclusive film screenings, and the opportunity to hang out with me. Go to their website, LaughlinUFOMegaConference.com, and register now. Last year's conference was awesome, and this year's will be even better. Join us for an incredible 7 days of education and disclosure at the Laughlin UFO Mega Conference.